Hi, this is Len from Hygrid IO. In this demonstration, I'm going to show how easy it is to distribute data to anyone's Excel via a simple query or web API call. Let's introduce the scenario. In this scenario, we have a SQL Server database hosted in Azure. And this particular data set has a bunch of bank holdings of a particular fund, say, if you will. And there's a bunch of Excel analysts who would like to get a hold of this data. First thing we do is we create a data source. And I have one already created to this data set. And these are the particular connectors that we have available to us at this moment. And once you put in the credentials and hit test, those are stored. Next thing we do is we'll create a report. So let's create a brand new report. First thing we do is we give it the connection, tell it the SQL query. This is going to dictate how we display the hierarchy and where the report sits. It enables the users to search for it. So in this case, let's call this Hygrid demo, and I'll make the child grouping, say invest bank data, and we'll give it the name, our bank data report. The category is for when you have many reports, you can begin to start to organize them in categories, which aren't not in the scope of this discussion. But let's create our query first. Now I select the top 1,000 because it's a very large data set and just for efficiency. So we can put it in and test it. So here's the results. These are the columns. This is the grid view. This is the call that goes to the database. Below is actually the schema. These are all the columns that are going to display in Excel, and here are the formats, and we could choose to ignore certain columns and only send the selected columns we want, and we can reorder. In fact, if I save this now, next time this particular logged in user logs in, they'll be able to see it. Oh, they can't because they're not permissioned for it. So let's go in and permission them. So let's go to report users, and that particular person was Len Demo, and we just made this new Hygrid demo report. So let's action that. Now, the next time they refresh, bam, here's our data set. And if they run it, not bad. That was 1,000 records. That was pretty quick. So now, see, next time they refresh, it'll always show up here. And they could just as well as write a formula. There's our bank position. And since there's no parameters, we can just, the Excel experience to query that report goes like this. Now, but they're saying, hey Len, I don't want all the records all the time. I'm just going to query this per date because I'm just going to look at this on a daily basis or as a specific date. Can you make it so we can query as of a date parameter? And you'll say, no problem. Let's go into our report. Let's edit it, and we're going to add a report column. Now we know that, in fact, let's get rid of the top so they can see everything. And we're going to put a where statement. And we know that the report date column is what we want to query on. And we're going to give it a parameter, date. Now, this section here, which we're going to add, is what's going to marry our query with what the user enters into their parameter data set. This is what's communicating with the added. So the date, this has to have the exact same name as what's after the ampersand. Here we can give it a data type. We can just put in a string, a number, a date, static list. We can actually use the contents from another query to inform this one, but we're going to put in the date for this example. And here we can set what the default value is going to be. We want to show, say, the previous business day. We'll call it end date. Okay. So just we can quickly test it just to see what the results are and make sure the query runs okay. Okay, great. It ran well. Here we can see 2019, which was yesterday. And I am going to save and close this. Now, next time when demo logs logs in, bam, they can now see they are now able to run as of the new report. If you like what you see and you'd like to learn more, feel free to reach out to us in our Contact Us page, and also click the Get Hygrid button, and we will set you up with a trial. Thank you for your time.